Every December, a figure in red visits millions of homes. Children wait for him. Adults remember him. He is everywhere, on screens, in stores, watching from every corner. But the man we call Santa Claus is a ghost. He carries the faces of bishops and gods, the voices of winter spirits that once walked through darker, older celebrations. Tonight, we're not asking whether Christmas is pagan or Christian. We're asking something more interesting. What did historians actually find when they traced this holiday back to its beginning? The answer isn't what either side claims. If you've spent any time online, you've heard the claim. Christmas is stolen. It's Saturnalia repackaged. It's Yule with a Christian coat of paint. The early church simply copied pagan festivals to convert the masses. And it makes sense, doesn't it? December was already sacred to ancient cultures. The Romans celebrated Saturnalia. Northern tribes honoured Yule. The winter solstice has been marked for millennia. So surely Christmas must be borrowed, repurposed, taken. But when historians actually examined the evidence, the ancient manuscripts, the theological writings, the dates themselves, they discovered something unexpected. The story of Christmas doesn't begin where most people think. In the year 204, a Christian writer named Hippolytus made a calculation. He was trying to determine when Jesus was born, and he used a method that seems strange to modern minds, but was deeply rooted in ancient Jewish tradition. The belief was this: prophets and holy figures died on the same calendar day they were conceived. Jesus was believed to have died on March 25th. Therefore, his conception, the Annunciation, when the angel appeared to Mary, would also fall on March 25th. Count 9 months forward, December 25th. This calculation appears in Christian writings throughout the 3rd century, decades before the Emperor Aurelian established the festival of Sol Invictus in 274 AD. That pagan sun festival, the one everyone claims Christians copied. It came later. Scholars like Thomas Talley, Stephen Hijmans, and Andrew McGowan have examined the evidence. Their conclusion challenges the popular narrative. Christians didn't steal December 25th from pagans. They calculated it independently, based on their own theological reasoning. But here's where it gets more complex. Because Christians didn't live in a vacuum. In ancient Rome, December was already a time of celebration. Saturnalia ran from the 17th to the 23rd, a festival of reversed roles, feasting and gift-giving. The kalends marked the new year. Fires burned, wine flowed. The darkest season demanded light. In Northern Europe, tribes celebrated Yule. The winter solstice was sacred, the longest night when the sun's return was uncertain. Families burned logs that would smoulder for days. They honoured ancestors. They told stories of spirits who walked the frozen earth. This pattern repeats across civilizations: Japan, Persia, Celtic territories. Humanity has always marked winter's darkest point. We've always needed rituals to carry us through the cold. So when Christianity spread through the Roman Empire, it didn't replace these festivals. It existed alongside them. And over centuries, slowly, naturally, the cultures began to blend. Not through theft, through the simple reality of people living together, celebrating together, sharing traditions. But the figure we call Santa Claus, he has a specific origin. In the year 270, in the city of Myra on the coast of modern-day Turkey, a boy named Nicholas was born into a wealthy family. He would become a bishop. He would become a legend. And eventually, he would become a red-suited icon known across the world. The stories about Nicholas are remarkable. He gave away his inheritance to the poor. He saved 3 sisters from slavery by secretly throwing bags of gold through their window at night. Gifts left in secret, in the darkness, requiring no gratitude. He protected sailors caught in storms. He defended children. At the Council of Nicaea in 325, when bishops gathered to define Christian doctrine, Nicholas was so passionate in defending his beliefs that he allegedly punched another bishop, a man named Arius, right in the face during the proceedings. After his death, his reputation spread. His feast day, December 6th, became a time for gift-giving across Europe. Different cultures adapted him differently. In some places, he rode a white horse. In others, he arrived by boat. He wore bishop's robes. He carried a staff. But Nicholas wasn't the only winter figure watching over families in December. In the forests and mountains of northern Europe, people told stories of Odin, the All-Father, the Wanderer. He rode through the winter sky on an 8-legged horse named Sleipnir. He carried a spear. His beard was long and white. During Yule, Odin led the wild hunt, a ghostly procession of spirits and fallen warriors that roared across the longest nights. He was a gift-bringer, but also a figure of judgment. He rewarded the worthy and punished the wicked. Children would leave their boots filled with hay for Sleipnir. In the morning, they'd find the hay replaced with treats. He wasn't alone. Across Europe, winter had many guardians. Father Christmas in England, a jolly figure in green robes who embodied winter's revelry. Dead Moroz in Russia, a frost sorcerer with the literal power over ice and cold. The Tomt in Scandinavia, small protective spirits who watched over farms and punished disrespect. Krampus in the Alps, the dark companion who arrived with Saint Nicholas to terrify misbehaving children. These weren't copies of each other. They were regional answers to the same human need. Someone watching over us when the world grows dark and cold, a protector in the longest nights. Over centuries, as cultures merged and Christianity spread, these figures began to blend together. The bishop, the god, the folk spirits. They became something new. By the 1800s, the figure we'd recognize as Santa Claus was emerging, especially in America. But he wasn't standardized. Artists depicted him in different ways, sometimes tall and thin, sometimes short. He wore green, brown, blue, or red. His face varied wildly. Then, in 1931, Coca-Cola hired an artist named Hutton to paint Santa Claus for their Christmas advertising campaign. Sundblom's Santa became definitive. Red suit with white fur trim, black belt, warm rosy cheeks, grandfatherly face, substantial belly. The paintings were so widely distributed, so consistently reproduced, that they standardized the image in the public consciousness. Coca-Cola didn't invent Santa Claus, but they finalized him. They gave him his last form. The modern Santa, the one on every screen and in every store, is less than 100 years old. So what is Christmas? It's not pagan, stolen wholesale from ancient festivals. The date was calculated independently by early Christians based on their own theological reasoning. But it's also not isolated from the world around it. Over centuries, as cultures blended, as Christianity spread through regions already rich with winter traditions, the holiday absorbed practices and symbols. Gift-giving, evergreen decorations, lights in the darkness, fires against the cold, Saint Nicholas, Odin, the wild hunt, Father Christmas, folk guardians and frost spirits. They're all there, layered beneath the red suit. The figure we call Santa Claus isn't a lie. He's a living myth, a being who carries the memory of centuries within him, bishops who gave in secret, gods who rode winter skies, spirits who protected homes and families. Humans have always marked the darkest season. We've always needed light when the sun abandons us, a protector when the nights grow long, hope in the cold. That need is older than Christianity, older than Rome, older than recorded history. And every December, in a dozen different forms, that need takes shape and visits us. This December, when you see Santa Claus, in whatever form he takes, you're seeing an ancient lineage, not a theft, not a corruption, but a transformation. bishops and gods, gift givers and winter guardians, all watching over us still. If you want more winter folklore, more forgotten spirits and hidden histories, subscribe to Archive of the Unseen. We're just getting started.